Hey guys, today we dive into the shadows of an ongoing mystery, the tragic death of Jay Slater in Tenerife, and whether foul play, particularly linked to Tom Hilton, could have played a role. To understand the full scope of this, we have to go back to a key incident in Jay's past, the assault on Tom Hilton. Hilton, as we know, was the victim of a brutal attack in which Jay played a role. Reports suggest that the assault involved a group attack, with Hilton suffering serious injuries, including facial fractures and lasting trauma. Weapons reportedly used in the attack included a machete, a golf club, and an axe, adding to the severity of the injuries sustained. The attack was described as unprovoked and vicious, with Hilton left in a vulnerable state afterward. During sentencing, the judge condemned the attack as an act of sheer brutality, leaving the victim with life-changing injuries. The shocking nature of the attack, combined with the behavior of those involved, painted a disturbing picture in the courtroom. Throughout the trial at Preston Crown Court, the gang of 8 members involved in the attack was seen laughing and joking, seemingly unfazed by the severity of the proceedings. This display of arrogance and disregard for the gravity of their actions further enraged observers in the courtroom. This led Judge Philip Perry to call out their disrespect in the courtroom, making it clear that such behavior only reinforced the seriousness of their offenses. The judge's frustration with their conduct was evident as he reprimanded them for their lack of remorse. The judge went on to highlight Slater's immaturity and lack of understanding of the consequences of his actions, emphasizing that his role in the attack was not simply reckless, but deeply irresponsible. Despite Slater's young age, the judge noted that such behavior had severe and lasting consequences for the victim. Despite this, the court acknowledged his good prospects of rehabilitation and expressed concerns that a custodial sentence would undo the progress he had made. Consequently, Slater was handed a 2-year community order requiring 200 hours of unpaid work and participation in a rehabilitation program. Many questioned whether this punishment was sufficient, given the brutality of the attack. While the court believed in his potential for rehabilitation, critics argued that a stronger sentence would have sent a clearer message about the severity of violent offenses. Despite the severity of the assault, the judge chose not to impose a custodial sentence, citing Slater's young age and the belief that rehabilitation would be a more effective course of action than incarceration. However, this decision may have left Hilton and his family feeling that justice was not fully served, potentially fostering lingering resentment. Adding to their pain, Tom's father was suffering from motor neuron disease at the time and never got to see justice for the brutal assault on his son. This tragic circumstance may have only deepened the family's sense of injustice. It has been rumored that Jay not only showed no remorse during the trial, but even laughed about the attack afterward. If true, this raises a question. Did Hilton or those close to him hold a grudge? Could there have been a motive for revenge? The idea that Jay's attitude following the attack may have fueled resentment has been widely discussed. If members of Hilton's family or social circle perceived his response as callous or mocking, it is conceivable that tensions could have lingered long after the court case concluded. While some might argue that the legal system had already dealt with the matter, others could have felt that the punishment handed down was insufficient and that true justice had not been served. Moreover, the courtroom atmosphere itself played a role in intensifying these emotions. The reported laughter and lack of seriousness displayed by the attackers throughout the trial likely left a lasting impact on Hilton and those close to him. If they felt that Jay had evaded significant consequences and continued to live without remorse, the possibility of lingering hostility cannot be ignored. However, as with all aspects of this case, it is crucial to differentiate between speculation and fact. While resentment may have existed, there is currently no verifiable evidence linking it to any actions taken against Jay in Tenerife. Without concrete proof, any claim of a direct connection remains purely hypothetical. This lack of evidence, however, has not stopped a wave of online theories from taking hold, with many attempting to piece together circumstantial clues to establish a link between Hilton and Tenerife. Some of the most widely discussed claims center around digital footprints, alleged sightings, and social media activity that, at first glance, seem to suggest a connection. But upon closer examination, do these claims hold up? The first claim that has surfaced involves the infamous watch story. Some have speculated that the photo from this story bears a closer resemblance to Tom Hilton than Jay Slater. This has led to suggestions that the image could have been deliberately staged to mislead investigators or manipulate public perception. However, we have no way of proving whether the person in the image is Jay, Tom, or another similar-looking young male. The ambiguity surrounding this photo has fueled ongoing controversy, with many questioning its authenticity and the entire watch story itself. While no concrete evidence supports this theory, its existence has fueled further discussion and speculation online, adding yet another layer of intrigue to an already complex case. Then, a widely discussed claim originated from TikTok's Bob's N Bits, a forensic student who attempted to prove that Tom Hilton was in Tenerife. A video circulated showing a post supposedly from Hilton's account referencing helicopters in Tenerife. This post was taken as alleged proof of his presence on the island. Wax and other creators then reacted to Bob's N Bits, further fueling speculation. However, there was a significant issue. The profile picture shown in the evidence did not appear to match Tom Hilton's known profile image. Harsh, another creator, covered this discrepancy, pointing out the inconsistencies in the claim. In reality, the account in question had nothing to do with Tom Hilton. It belonged to a completely different person. The entire claim was fabricated by Bob's N Bits, yet the idea that it was proof of Hilton's presence in Tenerife continued to spread. Shortly after, Bob's N Bits' profile disappeared from TikTok, but the idea that there was definitive proof of Hilton's presence in Tenerife had already taken root in public discourse. Furthermore, people have also referenced an interaction with a dark-haired male seen in the club with Jay, who had a scar. Some believe this individual to be Tom Hilton. However, when comparing the scar's placement to a verified photo of Tom at a fundraising event, where his identity is 100% confirmed, the scar does not appear to be in the same location. This leads us to conclude that the person interacting with Jay is someone other than Tom. Additionally, there are claims still circulating amongst certain creators that there are photos of Tom in Malta with Lucy on her Instagram. This also is false, and it has been proven that the male in question, while bearing a similar resemblance to Tom, is actually a completely different person. I have personally verified this, confirming that the individual in the images is not Tom Hilton. Now, let's address the most pressing part of this discussion. Was Hilton, or someone connected to him, in Tenerife when Jay disappeared? There has been immense speculation surrounding this, with countless theories emerging online. Some firmly believe Hilton was on the island, potentially involved in foul play, while others argue that the lack of verifiable evidence speaks for itself. The internet has been flooded with supposed sightings, unverifiable screenshots, and theories stretching from the plausible to the outright fabricated. There have been claims that Hilton was seen on the island, and even that photographs exist of him there. But here's the crucial issue. We lack verifiable evidence. No official sources have confirmed his presence, no reliable witness testimony places him at the scene, and as of today, there is no forensic or digital footprint linking Hilton or his close associates to Tenerife at the time of Jay's disappearance. And yet, the rumors persist, fueled by social media discussions, speculative videos, and misleading claims. The sheer volume of online discourse has created an environment where separating fact from fiction has become increasingly difficult. This isn't surprising. In cases where answers are scarce, speculation fills the void. We crave explanations, patterns, and motives, especially when a case like Jay Slater's ends in uncertainty. But we must separate speculation from fact. Could Hilton have had a motive for revenge? Possibly. Could members of his family have felt wronged? Perhaps. But until concrete evidence emerges placing him in Tenerife and connecting him to Jay's final moments, we must be careful not to mistake suspicion for proof. So, where does this leave us? There are still many unanswered questions. If Hilton or those close to him were in Tenerife, what was their reason for being there? If there are indeed photos of him on the island, why haven't they surfaced through verifiable channels? And most importantly, if foul play was involved in Jay Slater's death, where is the evidence? Ultimately, until new evidence comes to light, we must treat this case with caution. Justice is not about assumptions. It's about truth. If the truth points to foul play, then it is a truth that must be uncovered with facts, not whispers. Until then, we owe it to Jay and his family to pursue the answers with diligence, not speculation. Thanks for watching, and as always, I look forward to hearing your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.